America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him, excuse me.
Shout out to Deep Dove. Damn, bro, you change your name every week, don't you? You goddamn straight as Friday. You know what Friday means.
What was his name last time? What was it?
I thought it was. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he didn't change it. I don't know. Well, shout out to you, bro. Thanks for showing up. What's good, Zakiba?
What up, Zakiba?
Yeah, we chilling, bro. About to get into this shit. Gotta set the mood a little bit. Oh, he's in Cali. He loves a Cali. Shout out to you, bro. Perfect time for you, then. All right. I can listen to Deftones all night. Anyways, welcome everybody to Contemporary Commerce Podcast. It's your boy Heavy J. Corn, say what's up to the people, man.
What is up, everybody? You already know, man. I know y'all missed us last week. Well, sort of, because we did come out with a video. If you guys haven't seen it, we did the peripheral review. So make sure you guys check that out. Not right now, but after the show tonight. Yes. If you guys didn't see it, but for all y'all that came through during the premiere, shout out to y'all, man, and everybody else who watched as well. But tonight, as y'all know, per usual, we're gonna spit some fire, man. It's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, for sure. And if you haven't seen the show Peripheral, watch that before you watch review, because of course there are spoilers. You know, we ain't gonna do no review where we ain't spoiling it, because what's the point? Yeah, man, we got some shit to talk about tonight, bro. We got some fucking shit to talk about tonight. As we move into this new world of technology that's dominated by technology, as the title says, technology might be determining not only if you live or die, but if you are guilty or innocent. We'll get into that. And then of course we got Neil deGrasse Tyson showing his ass about the jab. So we're gonna get into that. And then what's not titled is USC, the University of Southern California, has removed a very interesting word for being a very interesting thing, and we're gonna get into that too. But man. I was gonna bring up something, man. How's the weather been down there? Because I don't know. No, this might be a tinfoil hat moment, but at least here, dude, it's been what's typically been happening now. This might just be because it's winter, right? But what's typically been happening is that it's been cold in the mornings, and then it warms up at least to some degree, about maybe between 2, 3, something like that, and it gets cold again. But it's like this entire week, after we just had 60+ degree weather in January, early January, This whole week, it's like it's been cold and it never warmed up all day. I don't like. It's like it just never warmed up. I don't really. I just wonder, has it been the same down where you're at, Corn?
Yeah, I've been finding myself having to change between the heat and the and the coolness. But
Yeah,
this weekend is actually supposed to be one of the coldest weekends in a while in Florida. So
really.
yeah, I'm not too happy about that. Yeah, it started getting cold just a few hours ago, man. Like, started getting like the wind chill, like it's starting
Dude, the wind just picked.
wind.
Yeah, the wind-
Yeah, the
yeah,
wind just picked up just a few hours ago, man. Just
yeah.
hasn't stopped. So
Damn.
yeah, I've been told that tomorrow's supposed to be down here, supposed to be like in the maybe like 40s in the morning, something like that, 40s, 50.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty fucking cold for those of us living in Florida. So may not, that's nothing, living in Virginia, but yeah, 40
Right, right,
degree, 40, 45.
right,
Yeah, nah, fam.
right. What are they gonna do with the citrus trees, bro? With all this frost, man.
Well, apparently there's a shortage.
Oh, a
So
citrus tree shortage.
shortage,
Oh yeah,
shortage
shortage.
that only the government knows about. Apparently,
Right, right.
I
Because I'm
wanted to
sure.
I wanted to ask you a question too. Not to
Okay.
get like too philosophical or anything like that, but I do want to ask you this.
Okay.
Just on some real shit. Do
Okay.
you when you meet, let's say, I won't even say a complete stranger, but when you meet somebody, do you look for the all of the good in them? Like, do you expect all the good in them, or do you expect off the bat? Like, basically, what I'm trying to ask is, do you work in a way of they have to earn your trust, or you just have to wait for them to lose it, or for you to lose or for them to lose your trust?
That's a good question. I Now for me it's situation based
Okay, yeah, that
and
that makes
and
sense.
and
Yeah,
energetically based as well.
yeah,
Like for instance, I picked up a crackhead and took him to his trailer park the other day, right? Or the other
hmm
week. I'm not going to automatically trust this crackhead. I mean, now I did, right. I showed him respect. He
yeah,
put some bags on the back of my truck. I was like, hop in or
yeah,
whatever. Obviously, he wasn't a threat, but he was high.
yeah.
Um, so uh, I didn't openly act like I was like, what I'm saying, skeptical, question or whatever. But I mean, there's
hmm
obviously that part of me that was like, this guy could do anything. So obviously, me being probably almost twice his dude's size is probably not going to try shit on me. But
hmm
in case he does, and I'm driving, I got XYZ. I can do I can do ABC. You know what I'm saying? And then we end up chopping it up. The dude was talking my head off. I really didn't understand much of what he said, but he was talking my head off. He was appreciative.
I was about to say,
You
I
know
was
what
like,
I'm
if he
saying?
was
Like,
high, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't been able to.
now, bro, he didn't stop talking, dude. Like he did not stop talking. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he wasn't. He was just talking about all kinds of crazy shit too. That's for another day. But right, hold on. Shout out to Revan's content. He said, "What's good?" And then he said, "Shout out to the crackhead." Right, that's what I'm saying. Now, I guess I can do. Now, I guess if I lived where you live, Revan's content, I probably can't do that because them motherfuckers are they're a little. That's a different breed of crackhead. But
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least in this little small bodunk town in BFE, it's generally okay, right? Like now, whatever. But that's a situation where yes, I showed them respect,
hmm
and I was helping them out because I mean I wasn't pressed for time, and
Yeah.
he was only literally like 2 or 3 miles away from where I live, so it was like whatever. But that's a situation where yes, I'll show them respect, but I'm also gonna have my guard up a little bit. I'm not gonna
Facts.
say too much. I'm not gonna be too friendly.
hmm
Whereas if I'm, you know, say I go to a place of business and I'm meeting somebody for the first time, I'm gonna be a lot more, loose going to meet somebody at like a place of business or something like that, where like they'd be a real fucking dumbass to kind of make shit go left. So it kind of just depends on the situation for me. Um,
But with you, giving the old dude a ride, right?
mhm.
You wouldn't really look at that as like they have to earn your trust because you kind of opened that door
That's true.
for them. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? So I do want to know if you can think of one off the top of your head. What is a situation that either, if you care to share, a situation where you have, or a situation where you can think that you would be in, to where you'd be like, they have to earn my trust.
I mean, obviously, like a relationship, right? Um,
Okay. Well, I
I
ain't gonna
would
leave it
also
like that, but
say,
yeah.
I would say, a
But I mean,
relationship. I would say, wait, go ahead.
but even in a relationship, you're talking about like any kind of relationship or a romantic relationship, because even in a like
Okay,
romantic
okay, fair enough.
relationship, off the bat, you're still kind of opening. You're like, okay, it's not like they have to earn your trust. You kind of already trust them a little bit, right?
Well, I
Even
would
as a
say both
stranger.
types of relationships, because
Okay.
I mean, I don't just become, friends or homies with just anybody either. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
There's a certain amount of like, a certain amount of trust that has to be built, and that's usually just built over time by getting to know the person. Like the more you get to know somebody, the more you can end up trusting them,
Yeah.
no matter what they might say or do. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like time is the great cure of all that shit, right? Or the great the determining factor and all that shit. So like I'm cool with a lot of people that I'm cool with a lot of people, but not a lot of people I'll consider my friends.
Hmm.
And that's because maybe that's not because I don't trust them per se, but but to be close knit, yeah, I would have to say I don't really trust them
Hmm.
with knowing that much information about me. You can put it that way.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I mean, or knowing that side of
Everything's still like an extent at the
yeah,
beginning, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
everything, yeah, and yeah, I mean, a lot of people that I'm cool with, it's the chameleon in me. I can kind of
Hmm.
get along with anybody, kind of move with
Yeah,
any
I'm the
situation.
same way.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And like doing that, I mean, you get to be, quote unquote cool with people, but would I be chilling with them people and telling them all my shit? No,
No. No. No.
I wouldn't
Yeah. I
trust
mean,
them for
gotcha. Gotcha.
that. Right.
Yeah. That was my bad. That was just like I know that's
No,
like a
no,
little
but
side joint. That was just a
what
little
about you?
philosophical thing. I was thinking of earlier this week. I was just, yeah, y'all know me. Y'all know how I be thinking, man. I just come with random shit, man.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I completely understand, because I'm the same way. I'm like, look, everything is situational based, but I don't know, man, because just you and I were talking, I believe, before we started recording just a few minutes ago. Like, I'm like, man, the older I get, man, like the less I want to be around people, like the less I want to fucking talk to people. It's just
I understand
everything on
that.
top. It's just everything factors into that. You know what I mean? It's experience. It's what we see when we walk outside our doors. How crazy people are. Everything. So I mean, I completely understand. At the same time, man, like you know me. I've always been an extrovert, man.
I
But
know. I know.
the older I get, man, the more introverted I am, bro. Like I'm just like, bro, I think I'm starting to become an introvert, and I don't know if that's a good thing. So,
I
um,
feel you.
I kind of had to check myself a little bit earlier this week, man. I was like, look, man, you gotta stop being. You can't go down that road of an introvert. Like, I know in some ways, I am completely fine with being one, but there's other ways where I'm like, you can't just be an introvert everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so glad you used the word energy, because you already know me. I'm an energy kind of guy. I'm like, look, if I see that the vibe ain't right, I'm staying away. If the
Facts.
vibe's cool, I'm around, man. Like I'm a little. I may not
Right.
trust them, like you said, to an extent. Like, I may trust them to an extent, man. I may not fully trust them, but at least I trust them enough to be around them. You know what I mean? And
Facts.
that, I kind of had a little, not anything too serious, but like more of like a coming to Jesus moment earlier this week. I was just like, man, you can't be an introvert. You don't want to live the rest of your life being an introvert in
Yeah.
every freaking
Yeah.
facet of life.
Yeah.
So, I kind of learned from myself a little bit, and I like that. I like that. So I figured I'd at least, kind of bring that question to the cast, and
Yeah, for sure.
you know see if there's, some like-mindedness there. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And as a lifelong introvert, I've had to learn that the hard way a lot. So I definitely, trust me. I 100% feel that. Like um, I had to have that conversation with myself. Shit, probably at least twice in the. Well, not even. I wouldn't say twice. I would say I had to hit myself over the head with that shit at least 2 or 3 times just in business alone. Like just forcing myself to like push past the comfort zone of like going and being vulnerable and like going up to some a business I don't know and trying to pitch my shit, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Like it was it showed me a lot about A, how introverted I actually am, but B, how I can turn that on and off like a switch when I need to.
Yep.
So like I know, trust me, I know that conversation that you had. That's a good conversation to have.
Yeah, because there's some places that that I do find myself, going to, or places that I've been, just in life, where it's like you kind of have to. I personally have to be an introvert because I have to read the room if I'm in this certain kind of room with certain people. But there's other places where I'm like, look, man, me, I like to let loose. I like to, I like to have a good time with everybody. I like to just be, just be me. So, and I found myself, damn, 30 now, looking at it, I'm like, bruh, like everywhere I go, I'm just like, yeah, I don't really want to talk to anybody. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to get out of that.
Trying to get it,
trying to get back to, you know what I mean? So I fuck with it.
Hell yeah. Let me get some of these comments. I feel that though, bro. Trust me. That's some real shit.
Yeah.
Zakiba said them crackheads be talking. Yeah, bro. They bro. I don't talking and then just keep going, bro. Yeah. Zakiba said it's warm as shit near him. Yeah, not here, bro. I know you're on the East Coast too. It ain't that down for a little down south. It is not that warm, bro.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
D-Dub's got all his windows open.
Got that Cali weather going on.
The Cali life. I need a little.
Didn't California just have like a record? Didn't it have like a record rain, like a record amount of rain or something like that past couple days? It's crazy.
Yeah. I think they had. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they had flooding because they ain't had rain like that.
Yeah. It was like, that's what I saw. It was flooding somewhere.
But I want to know is what they're gonna say now because they're water. It rained so much they're back to their actual to like
sea level.
Well, no. There's like the actual drinkable, usable water is back to a normal like stable level from what I heard. After just all this rain and shit, they've had the last few months. So like, I wonder what they're gonna say. Talking about all the drought, this global warming, that, and then you got all your water back.
They'll probably start finding people for drinking.
Yeah. Because there was you had a gallon limit that you could use when you were taking a shower and shit.
Yeah, I was just watching Coach JB the other day because he lives out in one of those counties in LA, and he was saying that he tried to order a shower head from Amazon. Guess what they did?
Didn't send it to him.
They didn't. They can't send it to him. And he said that he said that shit so casual. I had to like rewind it, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And he said,
"He's delusional for
listening to that shit again." And he said that he tried to fucking order a shower head from Amazon, and they won't ship it out to California because California has a certain kind of law with certain shower heads and shit. Like you can't buy shower heads and shit. I'm like, bruh,
that's trash. But you got your water back, so I mean, at least that's what I heard. I didn't bother looking it up, but that's what I heard somebody say that who looked it up. So take that for whatever you want. Revis Content said our crackheads are smoking crack at the bus stops with the kids walking by. No lie, needles all over the ground. Cali is a devil's playground. Damn, bro.
I saw videos of the joint out in San Francisco a couple months ago where a dude was filming with his kids coming off the bus, and it was like a whole line of fucking. Yeah, it's rough out there in Cali, man.
Yeah. Damn. Deep Dub said living with a roommate is something that I have to earn trust. I feel that. That's a good one. I agree with that. Thankfully, all my roommates, the ones I had in college, I mean, they were cool as fuck. And the one I had after college, I've known since elementary school. I guess I had a little bit of a different experience, but Corn, you've had some roommate experiences too. So
yeah,
like purely random roommate experiences. So
yeah, I agree, Deep Dubs. I agree.
Yeah, hell yeah. They said leaving your debit card at home while you're away. I never do that, but that's fair. I guess if one were to do that, then that would be a thing to look out for sure. Rebe's content says, I don't trust a soul outside of mom and wifey. Damn, bro. You ain't got a homie you trust like that or anything? Like, I feel you. Trust me. I feel you on that. Like,
Yeah.
well, I guess you don't trust me, but I feel you on that.
he said, trust me. I'm dead.
I'm weak.
But yeah, I feel you too, Rev.
Yeah. D-Dub said intuition tells all. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Reverend Conte said it's illegal to collect rainwater in Cali. I know, yeah. Do you know that, Corn?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure that. I'm pretty sure I knew that, but yeah, it's
wild shit, bro. Y'all fuck with Cali, though, for real?
California and New York, man, are just like these laws, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. Deep Dove said, I'm in Central Cali. We're red as fuck. Social and SoCal and San Francisco are hellholes. Elsewhere, we live different and know what's up. Yeah, I've heard that, man. He said are hellholes. I'm dead.
San Francisco is really bad. San Francisco is really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he said, also we live different and know what's up. Yeah, I've heard that, man. I've definitely heard that. Like the obscure, you know what I'm saying, cities and counties in Cali, outside of the state laws that govern everybody. I mean, some of those I've heard actually are pretty decent. So yeah, I guess it's all about where you end up in that motherfucker.
Yeah, California's got a lot of countryside too, I believe.
Yeah, but they won't insure your house. If you too far up north in them woods, they ain't gonna insure your house. You have to get a damn special insurance and shit because all the wildfires and shit. But hey,
yeah,
if you got money, I guess it could be worth it. I don't know. I'm not interested in moving out to Cali, but
yeah,
it'd be cool to visit. I would like to go visit.
Oh, I would love to go visit there, but again, I'd have to cut that visit short depending on where I'm at in Cali.
You ain't lying. Oh shit. Well, shit. I guess we should get into one of these topics, man. Shit, we've been shooting the shit. Let's see. So we'll get into this AI powered robot lawyer. Shout out to Dominic 369, by the way, who pretty much literally called that the future will be dominated by this type of tech, and this type of shit will be showing up right when it's showing up. Shout out to Dominic on that. So yeah, as you can see, this is from CBS. AI-powered robot lawyer will be the first of its kind to represent a defendant in court. So let's get into the shit. That country ass ain't gonna be able to show the screen and us. But anyways, a robot lawyer powered by AI was created by this guy named Joshua Browder. CEO of his company called Do Not Pay. And he said the AI runs on a smartphone, listens to court arguments, and formulates responses for the defendant. And the AI lawyer tells the defendant what to say in real time through headphones. Interesting shit. The AI firm has already used AI-generated form letters and chatbots to help people secure refunds for in-flight Wi-Fi that didn't work, as well to lower the bills and dispute parking tickets. So, like this, I guess this would be not a. I guess if you're going to use it like that, I guess it wouldn't be a bad use for AI. I guess that part, but AI lawyers, we'll see.
That's a whole new fucking monster right there.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So they raised $27.7 million from some firms in order to get this shit popping, basically. And it says if the robot lawyer loses a case, the company the Do Not Pay company will cover any fines. So they're basically guaranteeing that you're not going to have to pay shit regardless, which is very interesting to me. Either the robot's going to work, and if it doesn't, they're going to pay your fucking cost, your fees. But I guess that doesn't mean that I guess whatever your sentence is your sentence, but at least they're covering your fees, right? So I don't know if you'd have a robot lawyer with a murder case, right? But
Yeah,
they obviously,
let's hope not.
yeah, let's hope not. But as we're probably coming to that, we're probably going to get to that at some point. But yeah, at least for I guess these traffic tickets and stuff like that. Would you use an AI robot as a lawyer for a traffic ticket?
Absolutely not. I covered a while back. I did a review of this movie called this short film called fuck, what was it called? Tip of my tongue. I forgot what it was, but this dude got arrested by a robot policeman, had robot lawyers that he didn't have to pay for because he couldn't afford a real lawyer. So I feel like these are gonna. I feel like the whole rollout is gonna be public defenders. Is gonna be AI. That'll be the first step, right? Because public defenders are for people that can't afford lawyers. So, would I trust one? Fuck no. But who's to say that people that that can't afford a lawyer trust an AI public defender? You know what I mean?
Right.
This is
I bet a lot of people say fuck it.
You'd have to.
Especially if they're saying they're going to cover your fees.
Yeah, you'd have to. But you know what this opens the door for though?
A lot of other shit.
If they do this, and they say, "Oh, you can't afford a lawyer," because when they arrest you, they say, whatever you say, blah, 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 whatever the fuck, if you can't afford a lawyer, then you'll get a whatever the fuck kind of lawyer. This is the whatever the fuck kind of lawyer.
Yeah. Soon to be judges and jurors.
And then after that, guess what we're gonna do? Oh, you can't afford health insurance? Well, guess what? We have robotic doctors over here that'll fucking work on your shit while injecting 9 other fucking diseases that'll show up 2 years from now. So, would I trust an AI lawyer? Fuck no.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting to the point now where we've already seen the robot dogs, we've seen the robot policemen, we've seen robotic trucks. This is the next rollout, man.
Yep.
This is the next rollout.
You said the robots. Well, actually, speaking of California, we were just talking about Cali. You saw where they, I think it was San Francisco, legalized or approved the use of robots with guns.
Yep,
have the right to kill now and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
they ain't fucking around, man.
They're not fucking around. We got a OG in the building. Shout out to Mikey, bro. Good to see you in here, bro.
Yo, what up, Mikey?
Yeah, what's good? He says, Mother Nature giving a fair warning to stop the weather manipulation and evil before humanity gets humbled ASAP by nature's quote unquote natural forces. Salute King's good to catch alive. Yeah, that's a fact, dude. Good to see you in here, bro.
Mega facts.
And yeah, no lies told there. No lies told there. The fair warning, and I would say damn near the final warning, because shit about to be out of our hands at a certain point. Because people ain't nobody getting the picture.
Y'all gonna start seeing the weeds on top of the roofs.
Yeah, for real.
But before I lose my mind, the movie was called Please Wait. I mean, Please Hold. That's what it was.
Okay.
It was Please Hold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
where pretty much the dude got arrested by, like, pretty much the whole thing was all AI. The only human contact he had was his parents, where he kind of like Skyped them through the jail. And it was nuts, man.
Did that just come out?
No, I did a review on it last year.
That's right. You did. That's right. That's right.
It's been out for a couple of years, I believe, for a few years.
That's right. I think I passed by it recently. I knew it sounded familiar. Shout out to Deep Dub, just said pedo robot lawyers win 100. Yeah, apparently.
Oh man.
The robot will win or your money back. And your court fees covered. So this actually isn't legal in most courtrooms from what I see here as well. So some states require that all parties consent to be recorded, which rules out the possibility of a robot lawyer, because obviously what it's doing can't be recorded.
Yeah.
by audibly. And it says of the 300 cases do not pay considered for a trial of its robot lawyer, only 2 were feasible. So they say here it's within the letter of the law, but I don't think anyone could ever imagine this would happen. He said it's not in the spirit of law, but we're trying to push things forward, quote unquote. Yeah. And a lot of people can't afford legal help. There you go, Corn. There it is.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
We're trying to move things forward and people can't afford legal help. Here's a robot.
There's a certain. I feel like there's this. We already know the kind of agenda that's being pushed with the whole, prices hiking up and everything. But I just saw the other day Cardi B complaining about grocery prices, like legit complaining about grocery prices. And I'm sitting here like, you fucking idiot! Like, was just sitting down with Biden 2 years ago endorsing this nigga, and you sitting up here complaining about fucking grocery prices in 2023. I know exactly how they're going to push this.
Are you supposed to be quote unquote rich?
I know exactly how they're going to fucking push this. All it takes is one fucking celebrity, one quote unquote influencer. I shouldn't even say quote unquote influencer, because if they influence people, then they're going to fucking influence people. So one influencer to push this kind of agenda of, oh, we can't afford, we're getting wrongfully accused, and now we have to pay for this, and we're getting sent to jail, and we're being in debt even if we win and all this other stuff. Guess what? Now you have AI lawyers, AI public defenders. You don't have to pay a dime for it. Oh, man.
Because if you win, cool. If you lose, they pay your fee. Why wouldn't you want to do it?
This is going to be the end, man. This is going to be the end.
Just another crumb of a shit. What's it called? Just a crumb of what's to come. It's gonna be the little small things, just like they're trying to get rid of fucking gas stoves. Like it's going to be the little small things that are so ridiculous you didn't even think of it until they do it, and you're like, oh, yep, that's another one. Like, oh, of course they're going to try and push us towards electric stoves so we can get smart stoves and they can control that too, so they can cut off your fucking stove if you fuck up. Clearly, like.
I'm telling y'all, dude, once we started seeing banks drop people, we should have known that anything is possible at this point.
Yeah.
Once we start seeing people not being able to store their money, save their money, hold their money into a bank account, and banks are canceling people, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. All these psyops that they've been doing these past few years is for a reason.
Facts.
Like, we were just joking before we started recording about how people were freaking out because Spotify was down for 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah, people act like the world was ending, bro. I can't be alone with my thoughts for more than 1 minute. Literally,
so imagine when they say, "Oh, everybody's refrigerators are all out of date. We can't continue to use all this for refrigerators or whatever the fuck. Now you have to get smart fridges.
No more gas stoves either.
Oh, but it'll be free. But you won't own it because we can just cut it off at any time." What's that phrase about not owning shit
and being happy? You will own nothing and you will be happy. Is that what they said? I think that's what they said, right?
I think so.
They've been saying that for a minute too, if I'm not mistaken, right? We've been talking about that for a minute too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think so. And what keeps happening? More shit you don't own, more shit you ain't got to pay for, and you supposed to be happy. You know what I'm saying? But what's the cost?
You owning property, and then property tax getting ridiculous. Yeah, didn't see that one coming. We didn't call that one.
Yeah, that's true shit. Shout out to Mikey. He said, "Y'all see this new movie where Batista, this new movie with Batista where you have to sacrifice a family member or hundreds of thousands of people die." Oh fuck! Apocalyptic events. Of course, they push their agenda: same-sex fam, Asian kid.
Oh,
Bruh.
he's talking about that cabin joint. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, I've heard of it. I did not know that was the plot though, so I've got to go watch this shit.
It's not out yet, I don't think, but
When the
yeah.
fuck's it come out?
I think if I know what he's talking about,
What's
I'll
it
let you know.
called? What's it called, Mikey? Or Corn? Do you know what it's called?
I'm gonna hit you with the link.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, because I gotta see what's good with this joint. You know, I'm a sucker for a good.
No, knock at the cabin. Yeah, it's not
Oh
out yet.
yeah, I heard about that. I heard.
Yeah,
I did not know that was the plot though.
Yeah, knock at the
And I'm
cabin.
a sucker for a good dystopian flick. So, count me in on one
Yeah,
of them.
and it's done by M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, it's gonna be a good movie if he did it, or it's gonna be creepy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that movie Old, man. Holy shit, that shit was crazy.
I ain't even seen
Where
that.
where they land on that island and everybody, like, all the kids turn old, and that's a trippy fucking movie.
God
Man.
damn! All these damn movies. Hold up.
Yeah, I saw that last year.
Bear with me, folks. I'm not hip.
Right? This dude, man.
This joint called Old, and what's the other joint called with Batista again? I forgot.
Knock at the cabin.
All right. I got some shit to watch. Appreciate y'all for that.
This nigga, bro.
So, how I do
it. Oh my gosh.
Like you said, crying emoji randomly came up in the commercial ads. They know what they're doing. Oh, I think you're talking about the gas stove joint. That's a fact. Yeah, they definitely know what they're doing. I'm not sure. Let me know what came up in the ad on the video because I'm curious because we ain't even monetized. So them motherfuckers just running ads on our shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
I'm dead.
Deep Dove said, "You will own nothing. You will own the nothing. You will eat the bugs. You will obey."
Oh man,
and you love it, and you love it too. We promise.
Oh, you love we.
Oh, you love me. Oh shit, man! Y'all hype in the chat tonight. God dang. Deep Dub said, "Do y'all work out? Instagram algorithm personally is favoring masculine and empowering things for me. Feels good." Yeah, we both work out. I had favoring masculine and empowering thing. Like, I don't know what the algorithm is favoring for me. You talking about just scrolling, or you talking about the explore page? Because that's two different algorithms there anyway. Well, I guess technically it's the same, but yeah, I tend to get two different things in the explore. Like, I get something different in the explore page than I get on the home page.
Yeah, because the timeline is who you follow, and the explore page is what you'd be looking at. But sometimes those ads will go into the timeline. So like if you're like looking, like I know like when I look at like food, like it don't even take a whole day, man. Like a few hours later, I go through my timeline, I'll see this person I follow, and then you see like an ad of like an actual page, and it'll be a food. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of algorithms are the ones that work on my page, personally. But yeah, in terms of like that, I don't know what he means by the favoring masculine and empowering things. I don't know.
Yeah, let us know what you mean by that. He said explore page. Okay.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The more things you look at, you're gonna find in your explore page.
Yeah. And yeah, that's true. I had to purge my explore page because that shit was getting on my fucking nerves.
I'm dead.
I had to start actually interacting with it and start hiding shit that I really didn't care for before it actually started to make sense.
I got a bunch of half naked women on my explore page. I ain't even gonna lie, man.
But that's all it wrote. That's literally all. Like, dude, I made my business page a business page. Opened it up on the explore page and there was fucking ass on it.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, how?
That's like all over. But like, I feel like YouTube, because I do all of like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That explore page is
dude. That shit is they really be trying to fuck with people on that fucking explore.
Yeah, they do.
They really do.
I be falling for it too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I be falling for that like a month. I be trying to scroll past it. I'm like, hold up.
What the fuck?
Rig up.
I'm dead. D-Dub said, at least they're not blocking my preferences. I mean, yeah, I feel you on that. I hope not. I would hope not. Deep Dubs, bro. What you drinking tonight, my boy?
Jesus Christ, dude. What the Deep Dubs, you gotta chill, fam.
Yo, Deep Dubs on one, bro.
Deep Dubs, you gotta chill, fam. You gotta chill.
We gonna let that one slide, bro. But I wish you good luck in your journey.
Oh my gosh. Jesus Christ.
He said I'm at 5.9% right now. Hey, I feel you, bro. I'm off the earth juice. It's almost gone though. Shout out to the forerunner.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I was trying to figure out. I was like, what do you mean? Oh.
Yeah, I knew you had to been drinking to type that. So I feel you. But good luck though, for real.
Yeah, whatever you do it in your private space, Deep Dubs, that's all you, fam.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Let's get into this Neil deGrasse Tyson shit, bro. Let's go ahead and pivot on to that. Well, did you have any final words about the AI robots? I was kind of over it. Like,
well,
yeah.
No, I mean, I don't really have too much else to say about it except for, I mean, obviously, I feel like in the future we're not really gonna have a choice to use them.
No,
unfortunately, I feel like that's the way. Not just the country's going, the way the world's going at this point is we're not gonna have any kind of choice to use AI or not. It's gonna be implemented on us.
Oh yeah, it's going to be when, not if, at this point.
Yeah,
and how much, and well, I should say how integrated into your life and what sectors, you know.
And that's why I mentioned, the whole healthcare thing too, because I'm telling you guys, man, it's gonna be some like they're gonna claim that they came up with some revolutionary type shit, and you can't afford healthcare and blah 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 whatever. Well, we have AI for you, so
yeah,
that's gonna be a whole thing, man. Trust me.
You already know that. You already fucking know that, bro. Yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that. It just, we'll see what happens. We'll see how this court case goes with this thing and see if it actually wins it. Because that'd be interesting. Now, if AI starts winning court cases and shit, because remember, it's telling the person what to say.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of judgment is based on just that, the judge's judgment. So like if the guy's just saying some shit that a computer's telling him to say, what if he's not saying it confidently? Like what if he's just like stuttering and shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that still might not sway a judge.
Detective,
Exactly. Like I'm not sure that would sway a judge enough to want to, I guess, let somebody go. But I guess facts are facts. So if the AI is coming with facts, I guess what can a judge do? But I don't know, man. It'd be something to see. And again, of course, it's over a traffic ticket, right? But soon it'll be,
domestic violence,
and then it'll be robbery
and assault, something like that, or robbery, or
DUIs, things like that. It's gonna get real intricate here soon. Watch, this is just the beginning. Traffic tickets.
Because think about all the detail that a lawyer has to get into. Think about all the research that a lawyer. Think about the things that human error has, right? Where they gloss over things. AI can do the same thing.
That's a fact. Yeah. And we have TikTok to thank for it. I'm just messing.
Yeah.
But really though, we have TikTok to thank for that. for to help put it that way. So yeah, let's go to this Neil deGrasse Tyson shit. So those of you who don't know who the hell Neil deGrasse Tyson is, he's just this eccentric, famous scientist. He's popular for his theories of outer space and things of that nature. I'm not really going to get in. If you don't know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is at this point, you probably been living under a rock, to be honest. Or you're not into science or anything involving science. Anyway,
or you're not old enough.
Or you're not old enough. That too. Because you've been around for a hot minute. Anyway, and people like live and die by what he says too. A lot of people like his credibility has waned here and there, as you know. I think this is the final blow to his credibility, if you ask me. But we'll listen to some of it and get into it. But he was recently on the PBD podcast, which is on Valuetainment, and PBD is Patrick Bet David. He's like just a podcast guy. I don't know what else he does. I've never heard of him outside of his podcast, but anyway, they were having a debate on the jab, and Neil deGrasse Tyson was bringing up some old shit. Honestly, like let's just listen to some of it. Listen to the start. And this guy PBD, Patrick Bet David, he wasn't being radical. He wasn't coming at it from any sort of radical point of view. He was literally just like, if you're saying this is this choice and that is that choice, like you can't force this, yada yada. And Neil deGrasse Tyson's like, Neil deGrasse Tyson's like, you have a social contract and blah 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 blah. Let's get into it. Let's play it.
From what we knew at the beginning of COVID to what we know today, what do we know about the vaccine today that we didn't know while we were all testing it on
Man, he brave saying the word. God damn.
America taking it? What have we learned now?
What do you mean testing it on America? There were tests before it was released.
9 months is not a long time to test.
No, but it was tested.
Yeah, but 9 months. The average is 30. The average is 5 to 10 years. I mean, 9 months is not enough.
Okay, so you have to say
test.
No. You have to ask. Hold on. It was tested in trials. Okay. By the way, I'm not claiming.
By the way, his hands are shaking like a leaf when he's saying this.
To be the expert on all this. I read all the same things you have, but I'm a scientist, so I read it as a scientist. Okay. There were trials. That's what the point of phase 1, 2, 3 trials are all about. They are tested enough to get data on how to then advise the larger population. Yes, it was tested. For you to say it wasn't tested is a gap between your awareness and understanding how things work and what actually happened. It was tested. If you want it to be tested on millions of people instead of thousands, you can put in for that. You can say, I don't want this unless it's millions. That's okay.
Totally fine with me.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
That's fine. But so based on that, do you say, let's keep testing it while the virus keeps spreading? Okay. Right. So this is the contest between the information you have available to you at that moment and what's going on outside the lab. People are dying. Hospitals are becoming overloaded.
Both of which, I'll just keep playing it. Let's keep playing it.
So, do you say we have good data on the 1,000? It's not yet at 1 million. In case you wanted 1 million, are you going to say let's still do it on another? Let's wait another 6 months so we get another 1 million in here. Will you do that as a public health professional?
No, I would have said allow the individual to still have a choice that's okay with 1,000 instead of a few million. Leave the person have the choice, not force him to take it or else you're going to get out of the Marines and you've been doing this for 14 years. Not force him to take it or else you have to quit your job as a nurse.
There's a public health
force versus
there's a
choice.
There's a public health contract that you have signed.
Where, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna say what contract is that?
Where
Am I missing
show me
something?
the contract.
Show me the contract.
Last time I checked, everybody's got an immune system, and if they don't, they taking something to help it. Last time I checked, anyway. What about you, Corn? What did you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? People signed a public health agreement. Where? Where is that?
You signed a public health contract. I'm waiting on it. I tell you that I ain't
Yeah,
seen
'cause
one yet.
I didn't sign it.
I ain't signed a goddamn thing.
Implicitly, as a citizen of a country where in part we depend on each other for health, our wealth, our security, and the like. And that contract is, in the best scientific evidence available at the time, if you do not get vaccinated, you will put other people in this organization at risk, and that organization does not want to take that risk. So you do not have this job anymore if you decline it. So with any public health decision, there has to be a consequence to you not participating in that social contract. Is it?
He's championing totalitarianism. He's putting it in a scientific context and saying, look, if you're going to dominate people, but put a public health wrapper over it, logically you would just, then go on what he's saying. I don't understand how he's missing the element of we've never had to do this before in this, yet we've had plenty of public health emergencies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why he's not missing that part of it and not. I don't know. We'll get into some more of it. We'll listen to some more of it. It's 25 minutes, but I'm probably not going to go through all of it. But I couldn't find any key points that I really wanted to highlight that he said. You just kind of got to listen to the thing. So
Your job, in some cases, it was. But no, we're not going to have the army bust into your home and force a needle into your shoulder. That's not going to happen.
We pretty much did that.
Well, only put your job at risk. Yes.
Yeah,
Certain states
67% of Americans took the COVID. That's force. That's not a choice. That's a lot of force and coercing and pushing going on. But you
you can't.
that's a fact.
Go to the school unless you're vaccinated against
bullshit.
mumps.
I think that's bullshit.
That's a different country.
Yeah, but
okay, would you want a country?
No, America is supposed to be the one that offers the most freedom. That's what America is supposed to be.
Yeah, okay, so watch.
So for example, if you use that argument, somebody may say, well, freedom of choice, I want to choose what I want to do with the body. You're right.
What body?
If you want to get an abortion, it's your choice.
Your own body.
If you want to get an abortion, get an abortion. If I want to get the vaccine, I get to choose. So you can't force. If I can't force you to get an abortion, you shouldn't be able to force me to get
because it's not about you. It's about people you interact with, and that's the social contract of public.
But we don't even.
There is no social fucking contract for that shit. That's what niggas been trying to tell this
right,
shit, bro.
Right. He's talking about that's the social contract of public health. I took public health classes. Now I didn't take very many, but I took public health classes in college, and we talked about pandemics, and not once did it mention that. And of course, this was way pre-itis, right? Not once did it mention that you had a social contract to where you had to be forced to take something just because, in order to keep your job, or in order to get a job, or in order to receive benefits, or in order to, enter a building. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't in them textbooks that I read. I don't know what he's talking about, but that wasn't in textbooks that I read. D-Dub says trust the science. Yeah, clearly. Shout out to Mark. He says, "What's up, comrades?" And hopefully y'all doing well. You already know, bro. Joined in a little late, but looking forward to this episode. Yeah, you already missed some banging shit, bro. Pause. You might want to rewind it after this, but yeah, we just get into it really, He said, Mark also says Neil deGrasse Tyson was definitely on something on that interview over the jab and the social contract, aka dictating people for your own enjoyment.
Facts.
Probably,
Facts.
yeah.
It's funny to see people too, because you can tell how it's so weird watching these people get so angry when all you're doing is just pushing back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, I disagree about this, and you're starting to, dude. I've seen so many videos already, within the past few months, just with people. You see people in the grocery store still with mask on, still yelling at people with no mask on. And I'm like, fam, I still feel like at least half of America is not wearing masks, whether they're vaxxed or not. Like,
bro,
half of
still
America is still not wearing masks, huh?
Still, people still with masks on are doing that.
Yeah.
Bruh. I'm gonna tell you something. I recently flew, and I would say, and I was in one major airport and one medium-sized airport. In the major airport, I would say probably a quarter of the people, 25% or less, were wearing masks.
Yep.
Maybe 30. And in the medium-sized airport, I would put that down to more like 15%. People are not wearing them that much anymore. And the ones who are, again, it's their choice.
Yeah.
If you want to wear it, wear it. Nobody's being forced to, and you see who really is wanting to wear the shit and who isn't.
I wonder if it's different regions of America too that are like kind of have their little pockets of like you gotta have them, because like I just saw someone post the other day where there was like somebody put up signs saying that you still had to have a mask on somewhere. And I'm like, bro, is that even fucking legal in America at this point?
Now I was in a bigger city, and I did see where like a massage spa or something inside of a mall was like you have to have a mask to come in here, which I thought was really weird.
Because they're God.
It was inside of a mall, where you didn't have to have the mask. But inside that building,
they're putting their hand like, oh my god.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
These things make no fucking sense. That's the funny thing about it.
No.
But what I was getting at is that you're starting to see these people act so irrationally, though. Is what I'm saying. Like their attitudes are like just. I don't know if that could be the vax. I don't know if maybe they're mad at themselves for taking it and now thinking to themselves, because after that fucking I forgot somebody sent this meme in our group chat. It might have been you with Joe Burrow walking back from the like with all teary-eyed from that game from the other night. Where Damar Hamlin fell, and I think the caption said like, when you realize that you took the vaccine, you don't know when you're gonna fucking when you're next or something like that.
That was me.
And I'm just like, it's funny, but I had to actually think. I'm like, these people really are. I mean, there probably are. It has to be a lot of people out there that are like, fuck. Mm-hmm. I mean, we saw people. I've been seeing people on Twitter at least, because I know I live on that fucking app. But I saw people on Twitter saying that they were afraid. You know, am I going to fucking fall out next? You know, is this going to happen next because I took it and blah, blah, whatever. So, I mean, so people are starting to come to realization about this shit. But that's for damn sure.
Yep, man. It's getting crazy.
But I feel like a lot of that anger that people have, you know, out in public and shit like that, yelling at other people, throwing shit at other people.
It's going to backfire. And you notice a lot of people who've been on Twitter, especially, talking about people who ain't getting it, need to die and need to be jailed. Mm-hmm. Look what happened to them.
Yep.
Where they at?
Yep.
I don't need to say it. Y'all know where they at.
Yep. I like to talk about that one chick all the time. That comedian chick. I forget what her name was, but the one that was like, "Oh yeah, Jesus, you know, I'm extra vaxxed and Jesus loves me," and then she just fell out like 5 seconds later. Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah. Shout out to Mike. He said how to eloquently talk out your ass 101. You ain't never lied, bro. Mega facts. Deep Dove said emotionalism in people exposes their ignorance. Educated people are calm. Mega facts.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You're right. Mikey says Tyson talking like he has made a lot of quote unquote social contracts.
Hey, yeah. Some kind of contracts. A lot of them.
Somebody killed him the contract. That's for damn sure.
For him to be going that hard in the paint.
I know it.
For him vex. Yeah,
for that, that's like, bruh.
Yeah,
he ain't even gotten hot yet. Like, wait till he gets fired up here in a minute. Deep Dove said Tyson has been infatuated by his famous status and wishes to maintain it. Of course, man. He's a celebrity. Y'all know what we think about celebrities over here. Y'all know what it is with celebrities when you come through here. Celebrities are just that. Celebrity. They're entertainment.
Yeah.
They're there to push agendas, to push narratives.
And most of them aren't even in touch with what the average person sees.
No.
And that's why whenever like That's why I get so angry when I see some of the dumb shit that comes out of their mouths, saying like, "Oh, we represent this, and we're not representing this," and it's like you have no idea. Like, niggas have been living for 160 years. I'm pretty sure you're not the first, but yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Like, well, once you get to that status, then you're like, well, fuck. If I do this, I'm gonna lose. I mean, to an extent, I can understand it. You know, it's the same thing with like having a normal job. It's like I can't, although I think this, and although I say this, this might not be the perfect environment for me to do this or say this. I get that part, but when you get to a certain status and you're so you just want to keep your lifestyle. That's a whole nother that's a whole different ball game at that point. Because at that point it's like, are you willing to sacrifice everything in order just to keep, like, are you willing to sacrifice your morals, sacrifice your reputation, sacrifice your own opinion, everything,
well-being, all that shit. Well, old Tyson is.
But know if the vaccine worked or not at the time.
Yes, that's what the trials are, dude. That's why these trials. What, are you missing data out there?
But let me ask you a question. Are we saying only one type of scientists are right?
No, we're saying that the system in place.
The 16,000 that signed that.
No.
I love the system and it loves me.
System in place to test vaccines. Yeah. There's an entire system that's in place. That
the system that we didn't follow when we did this vaccine, is that the system that he's talking about? The one with the technology in it that hasn't been used in mass prior to now? That system that's what he's talking about? The one where the host just said they tested it and threw it out in people's faces and forced them to get it after 9 months, even when they knew the side effects that came out later, which was years prior to this interview, came out and said that they knew that was the case. All the fucking manufacturers signed an agreement absolving them of any liability. That system, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude. Tell me you're bought and paid for without telling me you're bought and paid for. This motherfucker pushing March 2020 talking points. Like, literally.
With review boards and all of it.
Yeah, the average
that's in place. Now you can say what you can say is, I have a better idea than all these review boards and all these agencies and the CDC. I have a better idea. Here's what you should do. And that would have made everything better. Okay, you can put forth that idea. But what I'm saying is, in a case where you can contaminate someone else, it's not about you. It's about the collective
You're assuming
health.
You're assuming because somebody can take the vaccine, won't get COVID, which, by the way, I don't need to play the clips for you to see it, where everybody said, hey, if you get it, you're not going to get, if you take the vaccine, you're not going to get a Rachel Maddow, Joe Biden. I can give you Fauci. I can give you, and you've seen these clips before. It's not like you've never seen it before.
Yeah, what happened?
They were wrong.
Hold on. So.
What do you look? He's thinking.
The strain evolved.
The strain evolved.
You gotta memorize that line, man.
I know what he's gonna say. The strain evolved, and the vaccine that they took was not made for that particular strain. Watch.
So that the vaccine that prevented you from catching COVID was tuned to the variant of COVID at the time the vaccine was designed. Okay. Over time, there were variants that arose. The vaccine provided partial protection against the new variants, enough to keep you from dying statistically, and to basically keep you out of the hospital, allowing other people with more severe problems to get the hospital attention they required. And so then they would develop the booster and a subsequent mixture of the vaccine. This is what happens every year with a flu shot. They look at how the flu has evolved from one.
Not exactly. What they do is they cycle through each year, depending on which flu strain is prevalent, because they apparently know which every flu strain is. Depending on which one is prevalent for that particular season is the jab that they give you for the flu that season. He's got that wrong, for fuck's sake, bro.
Season to a next. And what's fortunate is Australia tends to get the variant of flu before we do, because they get their winter in our summer, and then so we study that, have a forward projection for it. So these annual flu shots are precisely out of the same idea of how this occurs.
How long have those been tested though? For years. COVID vaccine hasn't been tested for it. It was something we just came out. But let me
bro, Neil deGrasse Tyson is on this podcast shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's like hands and shit. Like he's furious, bro. Like I'm gonna defend the state to the death. This motherfucker's like, my paycheck is depending on this shit. I gotta share the screen. Y'all gotta see this motherfucker shake. Hold on. Give me a sec. Bruh. Let me rewind it a few seconds. Watch this motherfucker shake.
Out of the same idea of how this occurs.
How long have those been tested though? For years. COVID vaccine hasn't been tested for it. It was something we just came out. But let me
I don't know what
that?
point you're making. Other than it was tested, you might
9 months is not enough.
You might prefer. No, it's not a matter of time. It's a matter of how many. Yes, time matters, but the number of people is paramount. That's the most important thing. Okay, you don't test it on 10 people. You test it on as many people as you can. And
sure,
I think it was thousands. But
is it fair to say that some of the side effects we may not know for 5, 10, 15, 20 years? You can't, like, they can't say we know 100% the side effects 10 years from now. How are you going to know that?
Yeah. Okay. So no, of course we can't know.
So
that.
then all I'm saying is,
watch. You can't know that.
Okay.
But watch. So I have a whole chapter called Risk and Reward in the book, which is.
I wonder what the reward is. What they call that joint? What the joint? Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, what's the joint that what they said Hamlin had?
Covio Cordis.
The Harry Potter spell, Covio Cordite or whatever. Cordio Cordis. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad joke.
Tries to sensitize people to when they make a decision, what kind of risk are they absorbing relative to what they're rejecting? Okay. And we're not very good at that, at probability and statistics or analyzing it. That's why TV commercials trying to sell you a product don't just show you data. They show a person speaking of the effectiveness of the product. A single person. I lost 50 pounds. The testimony of an individual should be irrelevant to you relative to the entire set of people who have done it. And you want to look at those statistics, but we're not good at that. And advertisers know that. So they show the testimony of an individual, which is hugely potent in a civilization where we don't think statistically, we think about eyewitness testimony on something. And somehow that is raised to a very high level of influence on our decisions. What I'm saying is, you're not your decision point is not, I'm not going to take the virus because 5 years, 10 years, I don't know what effect it's going to have.
Freudian slip, take the virus. You heard that? Y'all heard that? Freudian slip like a motherfucker.
Hey, though, some may not be comfortable with
Let me
that.
finish the sentence. Okay. So you can say, I don't want to take the virus because 5 or 10 years.
He said it again. I'm going to take the virus. Bruh. Come on, man. He Freudian slipping like, oh my God.
So now there could be a side effect that we don't see.
Which is a possibility.
Hold on. I'm trying to make a statistical point here, okay? If you say, I don't want to take the virus because it hasn't been tested for 5 years, and there could be some long-term side effect that worries me, okay? In that same moment, there's the risk factor of you getting COVID.
Sure.
Okay? Unvaccinated. At one point, 87% of everyone dying in the hospital of COVID was unvaccinated. Okay.
Did he miss the memo where weeks or months before this cast that he did, they came out and said on CNN, NBC, that the majority of people who were not only in the hospital for it but dying from it were jabbed? Did he miss that one? He surely missed that one, right?
Yeah.
But he's using old data to prove a bullshit talking point.
He's using 2020 data. That's what
using 2020 data, 2021 data, which was doctored at that point, because guess who told y'all that? we did
Mm-hmm.
to prove a bullshit talking point in 2023 where literally everything he's saying is irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, for somebody to be calling themselves a scientist and to use data from 3 years ago, while we're still technically in a pandemic, is according to him, and the rest of the, the WF and CDC, we're still in one technically, and you're using data from 2020. Yeah, fam, the fuck is wrong with you?
Like, come on.
But it's to push that narrative, like you said. He's just like Greta. He's that paid shill. That's what he is.
Yeah, very, very clearly.
So your risk choice is, I'm not going to take it because maybe somewhere down the line something will happen and we don't know what that is, or I will risk getting COVID.
That shit had me dead, Mark.
Depending on your age and other things, there's a 3% chance of me dying in the hospital. That's your choice. Yes. Yes. But what I see people doing is they focus on one thing, and that's the foundation of their decision, rather than the other chance. And what happens if you get COVID? Now you get long COVID. Now you have a taste buds for 2 years or whatever it is for long COVID.
Yeah.
You're on a ventilator in the hospital, possibly dying. Like what? Where is the?
Oh, it also came out that longitis is more prevalent in people with the jab than without. They also came out and said that too, Neil. In case you missed that bit of data. I know you're a scientist. I know you're all about data. They came out and said that too, by the way. Deep Dubs said in a Joe Rogan podcast, Tyson revealed that his strange speech pattern was created by Tyson himself in order to capture an audience. Everything he says is fake as fuck. Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised at all to hear that. Not surprised. Shout out to the homie Dole. Travis Dole in the building. So tapped in TLP. What's good with you, bro? Hope you're doing well. Says grown to like NDT less and less. He used to be one of the coolest low-level celebrities. Yeah, maybe 15 years ago. Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was at least like I never really fuck with his theories that much, but at least he was like level-headed sort of.
He was hip.
He was hip.
Me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. He's going off his rocker now. I know you're just getting in, but yeah, man's off his rocker.
Yeah.
So I looked every day once a week. I looked at the statistics. How many people are getting COVID? What's the rate? What's the rate of hospitalization? What's the rate of deaths? Where is it by state?
I had to look at it. My board forced me to look. We're in the business, so we have to.
They should,
of course,
because it's data.
Yeah, I agree
on risk factors.
The risk of people's lives.
Okay,
for sure.
So nothing is ever zero risk. Yeah, there's a risk that you'll grow a third arm in 10 years because the virus mutates within you.
Should the individual not have the right to say, I don't want to take it because that's
you don't have the right to contaminate someone else.
Go back to what he just said.
Who says that?
Go back. About what, 10 seconds?
15.
All right.
My board.
I don't know if he was joking or not. That's why.
As they should, of course, because it's data.
Yeah, I agree
on risk factors.
The risk of people's lives.
Okay,
for sure.
So nothing is ever zero risk. Yeah, there's a risk that you'll grow a third arm in 10 years because the virus mutates within you.
Stop.
Should the individual?
Yeah. What's up with that? What's up with that, Neil?
Is he joking?
He didn't.
Is he fucking joking right now? Or is he being serious?
Let's watch and listen again, man.
On risk factors.
The risk of people's lives.
Okay,
for sure.
So nothing is ever zero risk. Yeah, there's a risk that you'll grow a third arm in 10 years because the virus mutates within you.
Should the individual not?
He said whatever. Bruh.
Oh my gosh.
Not sure.
I know we made the comparison about the X-Men last year or a couple years ago when we talked about this, but Jesus
we did.
Christ.
I hope he's joking, but he didn't make a very good, very many mannerisms towards it being a joke. Because he sure as hell ain't laughing, and he sure as hell didn't have any facial expressions towards like I'm being facetious. Yeah. Dole said Black Bill Nye. I mean, yeah, I guess he was, yeah, for sure. Dole anyway. Dole also said, I think he's joking in that case. Yeah, I mean,
I hope so.
Yeah.
But either way, even like his demeanor, like the way he said it, I'm just like, I don't know, man. That could be one of them hand gesture joints. Another one of them
Yeah.
quote unquote hand gesture joints.
Yeah, for sure. Mark said that's got to be an unintended joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird, man. All right, my country ass internet might be acting up, so we might not be watching too much more of this. We'll probably still play some.
Oh, there it was called a commotion.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Mikey said, "Nah, he tweaking. Man didn't even smirk. Cold blooded. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
Yeah,
he's off it, bro."
And again, I hope it was a joke, man. I hope it was a joke but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, man's definitely tweaking.
And then he says whatever. Like,
what's that? So yeah,
he says whatever.
Oh shit.
I don't want to take it because
you don't have the right to contaminate someone else. So if you don't want to get shot,
who says that though? But who says that?
It's a social contract in a modern civilization.
I don't have
public health.
I don't have the right to contaminate someone else. What do you mean? Like, so what do I do? Stay home all day?
Yeah, or it's go to the beach. Yeah, you stay away from other old people who but you stay away from people who are who are immune compromised.
So Neil, so for me, I'm asking you because
you see his face. Yeah. Like, bruh. He literally sat there and said, "You don't have the right."
He said, "Yeah, that's what I'm stuck on." It's like you don't have the right to contaminate those.
Let's play this back one more again.
Else what do you mean? Like, so what do I do? Stay home all day?
Yeah, or it's go to the beach. Yeah, you stay away from.
Oh, my bad. I didn't go back.
You don't have the right to contaminate someone else. So if you don't want to get shot,
who says that though? But who says that?
It's a social contract in a modern.
There he goes again with that social contract shit.
Mm-hmm. He's saying it's a social contract in a modern civilization to have something that has not been tested like any other thing of its kind, using technology that has not been used like any other thing of its kind, in a situation that is unlike any other thing of its kind. And he's telling you to not use your own personal discernment, but to trust the government and let the government and the scientists tell you what you need to do with you and yourself.
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
And he's saying you don't have the right to think otherwise.
This is how it starts. Because hey, what's funny is that they didn't even have to give us contracts for people to go running to this shit. That's the funny thing about it.
They just had to threaten you, like always.
So the fact that you have Neil deGrasse Tyson, who, I'm not going to shit on him being a scientist. Yeah, he's a scientist, but I mean, fam, this is way out of your fucking league. You clearly have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Right, using old talking, like stale ass talking points, bro. Like the same people he's talking about made these points are the same people who have come out. It's not like this interview's it's not like he did this in 2020, 2021. Like he did this shit like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Like they've all come out and reneged on everything you're saying right now, bro.
Yeah. I just sent you a couple links too in the private chat.
Yeah.
About CDC already looking into.
We'll pull that up. Don't worry. We're gonna pull them up. Yeah.
I don't have the right to contaminate someone else. What do you mean? Like, so what do I do? Stay home all day?
Yeah, or it's go to the beach. Yeah, you stay. People who but you stay away from people who are who are immune compromised.
So Neil, so for me, I'm asking you because I want to know how you process this as a guy that's well-read, smart.
I process the data, and the data.
We didn't have enough data, though.
No,
we didn't have enough data
at any given moment.
Yeah,
there's data for you to make a decision at any given moment.
Sure,
the data is constantly getting better and better.
Yeah.
All right. So
now he wants people to make decisions. Now he wants people to make decisions. Okay, Neil. Okay, buddy. D-Dub says, I just tried to find this dude saying to Rogan that he cultivated a speech pattern over time. I can't find it. I'm fuzzy wuzzy. My bad. It's all good, bro. If you can find it, drop it. If not, it's cool. Trust me, I believe it. Like, you ain't got to worry about that. But The way this motherfucker talking, I'm sure he did pattern that or create that. Dole said, "How old is this clip? 4 days old, bro. 4 days old using talking points from March 2020. That's what he's doing."
Oh, all right. At any given moment, you say to yourself, okay, what happens to me if I get COVID? There's a chance I'll get long COVID. I'm certainly out for at least a week. And there's a chance I'll be hospitalized. And there's a chance I'll die.
Mm-hmm.
I take the vaccine. It mitigates this, basically entirely removing the chance that I'm going to die, essentially, at my age group. And I will accept the risk that in 5 years I'll grow a third arm. That's the kind of decision making that I make.
There goes that third arm again. Just saying.
There you go. Bruh.
For me, but on top of that, if my workplace says, we don't want you coming in unless you are vaccinated and you might lose your job, I would say, why? Oh, because you could contaminate someone else, introducing a problem in their own health profile. That's the public contract. That's why workers wash their hands in the restaurant bathrooms by law. Yes, they're required to do so.
That's a whole lot different than injecting
strain
something
that could be going around.
Come on, bro.
Because you don't want poop germs in your dinner that they're preparing. Because our evidence showed that that's one of the greatest places you can spread disease is in a restaurant with a central kitchen. So this is the now you want a world where you can do whatever you want and have it influence other people.
I'm not saying that.
You kind of are.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is the following. Like, okay, for example, statistics. Have you seen the documentary Died Suddenly? Have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
Well,
it's an interesting. It's on. I don't know where it's at. You can find it somewhere online.
It's on Rumble.
Yeah,
okay.
It's got 30 million views. I think it's worth watching. Actually, would be curious to know what you say about it once you watch it.
Mm-hmm.
The statistic then showed, like pre-COVID, 29 people, athletes in Europe died suddenly from heart failure. Pre-COVID, pre-taking the mRNA vaccine. Okay, post-taking the mRNA vaccine last year, 1,500 people suddenly had heart failures in Europe, and 2/3 died. That's documented. That's not like it's a hypothetical, right? Okay, you read statistics like that, then one has the right to say,
just to be careful, but be careful how you speak information. So
here we go. Deflect, gaslight. He brought him some statistics that he didn't like, so now he's going to tell him that his delivery wasn't proper. So again, very interesting.
You are describing two events. Okay, you're describing events that had a temporal relationship.
mm-hmm.
Okay, before you've established a causal relationship. Just be clear that's
100%. I'm not doing that. All I'm doing is the following. Here's all I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody all of a sudden starts having a breakout, okay,
a breakout of what?
Meaning their skin starts breaking out. You're 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You never had a breakout. All of a sudden you start breaking out. And the doctor says, listen, man, what have you been doing differently? Well, listen, for the first time in my life, 6 weeks ago, I started doing DECA, steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, that's why
it implicates
it, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, if somebody all of a sudden, is having a hard time sleeping at night, I'm having a very hard time. So let's watch your diet. Well, then they notice at 10:30 at night, you're having iced tea and, lemonade, and you added with this. Well, listen, if we've been doing it for 6 weeks, that's why you're having a hard time. Just drop that. Don't drink that after 2:00. I'm just making, saying, but all I'm saying is what I want to know is I want to put everything on the table versus saying, no, there's one thing we can't put on the table, and that's the cause of the vaccine. There is no way there could be any negative impact because of the vaccine. That's ludicrous.
No one has ever said that ever about any vaccine.
If you say that, then the question then becomes back for you to say, when COVID first got started, I invited so many doctors to come in to talk about COVID. And then I invited people from both sides. I want both sides. I invited people from both sides. You know which side would never come? The side that was for vaccine would never, ever come because they thought they were above the average person, that they know and the rest of us are dumb. So because of that, they're not willing to come and sit down with scientists. I think that's arrogant. So to me,
that's an interesting point. This dude's good. This dude's a good host. Shout out to this PBD dude. He's very level-headed, and all he's doing is just using common sense things that even Neil deGrasse Tyson can agree with to prove his point, and yet he still was trying to push back about that. It's like like he said, like this the scenario when it doesn't involve the jab, people can be like, oh yeah, for sure, yeah, that's true. But then the moment you add the jab in, and it's just like, oh no, there's no way in hell.
Look at the way Neil deGrasse Tyson's looking at him. He's like, you fucking up my bag right now, fam.
I know it, bro. Like, God damn it, with your damn logic. Fucking up my bag.
Why
bro.
are you bringing common sense into this conversation?
This is supposed to be purely emotional and old data,
biased, emotional and biased,
and driven on 3-year-old data.
Ask you scientific debate. I'm not telling you I'm a scientist. Hey, let me debate with you because I'm smarter than you. I'm not a scientist. I'm a business guy.
Let's do a hypothetical scenario. Hypothetics are, let's assume an actual cause and effect has been established.
Okay.
In this case.
Sure.
Which it's not have to see this film to know. I don't know that there's a cause and effect other than a coincidence in time relative to other things that people might have been doing. By the way, alcohol consumption went up during COVID significantly. Okay, and alcohol is implicated in heart disease. So
depression, anxiety.
Okay,
facts. And by the way, Neil, they also right. I was about to say, you know what else went up? Suicide, depression, anxiety,
divorce,
strokes, cardiac arrest, specifically, not heart attacks. Heart attacks and cardiac arrest are two different things. Like, come on, Neil. Again, come on, bro.
People staying at home, kids,
opioid
addicts, addiction. Okay. So those staying at home wasn't the best decision either.
What I'm saying is,
right. That's literally right.
If after the vaccine is available, more people die of heart failure over a time where alcohol consumption went up, as did depression.
That could be an option.
That's right.
That's a very good.
That's all I'm saying here. But let's give it to you that the vaccine caused this. Let's just say that. Okay.
Yeah.
And add it all up, and you get, what was it, 1,500 post-vaccine?
29 to 1,500.
29 deaths.
Sports deaths,
thousands of deaths,
let's
say. Okay? Let's say 10,000 even. Let's just do that. Okay. All right. You can estimate how many deaths the vaccine saved during COVID. Okay, because you can look at the death numbers drop.
I know where he's going with this. Yeah. Shout out to Mark. He said this man is really making a bad case and is burying himself. Yeah, bro. He's
mega facts.
He's getting into the weeds a little bit now.
Off as people got vaccinated. It's in the tens of millions. Again, you can make a decision. Do I not want to die from COVID at this rate that occurred in this world? Or do I not want to die from this complication from the vaccine itself, the heart failure? So make your decision. And so you'll say,
it's almost as if nobody has immune systems or can eat proper foods or can make healthy life choices. It's as if everybody just can either stay at home and drink and be depressed and want to commit suicide, or you get the jab and then you have the same risk
and continue your same.
And continue, It's like there's no option to be a healthy person overall. And they're mentioning sports athletes who are, typically generally seen as healthy people. They're not mentioning fat slobs who eat shit anyway and don't do shit anyway. They're mentioning professional athletes who are at the peak of their physical performance or dropping dead from the shit. They ain't sitting at home drinking. You see what I'm saying? But that doesn't work with his narrative. So that's why he's not saying that.
I might be in that 1,500, so I'm not going to think. Then you get COVID and die from COVID, right? So you just make the decision.
You know what I would say to that? Well, you know what I would say to that?
What would you say?
Here's what I would say to that. I would say, perfect. Let me take the risk. And thank you for giving it to me that way versus telling me it's one or the other, which is how it was presented.
You are informed fully about what the risks are. But like I said, as a species.
Oh, now he's changing his tune. He's saying now, as long as you're informed, you can make that decision, where before it was a fucking social contract. for in the case of public health. What happened, dude? That was 12 minutes ago in a conversation. He was saying that shit, and now since he dug himself in a hole, now he's got to say, okay, you got all right, fine. You see what I'm saying? Like this, like, bruh, you can only grasp that bag, but so tight. You know what I'm saying? You can only grasp that fucking bag, but so tight before that shit eventually start to slip out, bro.
Facts.
Like we'll watch a little bit more. We might not finish it. It's kind of interesting, but at the same time, it's just like he just keeps saying dumb shit. It's kind of yeah. But
we're not very good at thinking statistically about it. We're just not. And when we want to, we believe we're going to be the exception. And look at the people betting on lotteries. They think they're going to win.
But for me, like the moment they started saying you have to put on cigarettes, the risk of heart failure, cancer, this, that, and if you still want to smoke cigarettes, guess what? You got a risk if you smoke cigarettes. You may get lung cancer, right? Hey, if you eat this, if you do this, if you do that.
We've denied your admission to the bar. There's a cost to that because it's a public health issue. And so, right.
And then he's back to that again. Like he just contradicted himself within 45 seconds.
You are free to smoke the cigarette, but not in my establishment by law.
Not in your establishment.
By law.
Correct. No problem.
Right.
Totally fine.
But that's an example.
But if you want to smoke cigarettes outside,
Neil,
you can.
And you can live on the beach unvaccinated. That's fine.
Neil, let me ask you. So what state would you say was the most responsible during COVID?
State? I don't know. I never looked.
So if you're a stats,
bruh. Come on.
Okay, I'm a stats guy as well. I like stats, but I'm more financial. I'm not like, but I understand what you're saying with
stats and finance.
I'm a baseball guy, so I like stats. Okay. I'm all about stats. I love baseball. So if we look at the stats, the media made Florida seem the most irresponsible state. That's what the media made it look. Okay.
We're in Florida right now. You guys do have kind of a bad reputation on a lot of stuff.
Okay, sure. So, and by the way, I've lived in California 24 years, 5 years in Texas, 2 years in Florida. Okay. Just so you know my background.
That's right. Okay.
10 years in Iran, 2 years in Germany. That's kind of my background. A couple years in the military. But if we say, hey, if we look at the data, the most irresponsible state was Florida. You would have heard many times news telling you that. When I go to California and I would say, I'm in Florida, I'm like, oh my God, you're in Florida. Oh my, it's horrible. But you know what I realized? Here's what I realized.
Mm-hmm.
If the state of Florida is so bad, why did the NBA during Black Lives Matter host the playoffs in Florida?
In the bubble.
If Florida
I thought they created a bubble for themselves.
But why did they come here? They could have done it in Texas. Texas got plenty of places they could do it in. Why did they do it here? I don't know. But the point is, they felt safest.
Well, I'm not going to use the NBA as a measure of what is
safe. I also did the Super Bowl here.
A lot of the Super Bowl was here. I'll give you another one. Pro-vaccine AOC for vacation. She came to Miami. People from New York and California were partying for Miami. During COVID, when everybody was looking for a home during Christmas where to go to, you couldn't go to Colorado. You couldn't go to Lake Tahoe because it sucked. You had all these other choices. Everybody came to Florida.
I'm not going to judge the safety of a. I can't use that as a statistics of safety. I can't.
This guy will live and die by his fucking stats, bro. Live and die. Like
non-existent stats. That's the funny part about it.
Outdated ass non-existent stats. Like here's the thing. I'm the type of person where real world experiences, real world live, what people are actually saying and doing matters more than what a fucking statistic says. Because stats can be manipulated. We've seen that. They manipulated them to get you to think one way, and then they reneged on the manipulation so that you can think another way because they had to. Like, you can't live and die, eat, breathe, and sleep by stats because that's not real. That's not real life.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's not real life. And that's what he's trying to say. And Neil Greer's start shaking and shit. I can't use it. Brain meltdown. Like it's like he fucking like loses his shit, bro.
Probably has early access to the
real world events that have actually happened.
Yeah.
But that's not good enough.
He probably has early access to the Neuralink. He's probably just malfunctioning.
He's probably gonna be first in line.
I don't care who chooses where to vacation. I care what your death rates are, what your vaccination rates are, what your hospitalization rates are. That would be an objective measure from state to state. What state are you most likely to die in from COVID? That's a statistic I would pay attention to. What state has the least hospital beds to accommodate those who are sick from COVID, even if they're not going to die from COVID? I would want to know that. I'm not going to base a decision on whether the NBA chose to put their bubble in the state.
Well, statistically, New York and California does not look good. Statistically, New York and California, and they're supposed to be the most responsible ones. Those two states didn't look good. All I'm saying is,
you see him look at the camera
in a space where I sit there and I listen to you and I learn. I say, oh my gosh, okay, I had no clue about that. That was brilliant. That's interesting. Let me go research. Let me go look at this. I'm a guy that likes debate of experts in two different sides and let them make the argument. And I'm mature enough to know the better salesman doesn't necessarily have the better argument.
Good. But let me just say that there's nothing I've said in the last half hour that is a debating point. All I'm telling you.
What? There is, bro, because the stats are wrong. They're old. You're stat driven and you're using old, wrong stats. Point blank, period. Point blank, period.
Yeah, he's gonna die on this hill. I think
I think we've seen enough at this point.
He's like Neil deGrasse. He's gonna die on that fucking hill.
Yeah. He most definitely is.
Because his points aren't even good points. Like they're not even. First of all, they're not even valid points or accurate points. I should say. But they're not even good points. Like they don't even make any sense. Like he's just jumping from one point to another irrelevant fucking point to another irrelevant fucking point. And because you can clearly see he's being emotional about it and biased about it, because he's not making any sense. It's like, fam.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, just like what Coach Tibbs would say, you're done.
You're
like
done.
And to be honest, from someone who actually respected Neil deGrasse Tyson in terms of his science, now I kind of question his validity in all the other shit he's been saying. Now, I'm not saying every single thing, but in most of the stuff that he's been saying, even if it does come to outer space and all that, like I kind of have to question some of the stuff now because of this one argument.
And what did we talk about at the beginning of the cast? What situations would you trust somebody in versus not? What did I say? Time will tell, bro.
Yeah.
He's showing his true colors as time's going on. And now look at it. Like Dole said, he thought he was cool back in the day. What happened?
Yeah.
What if he say something we used to look up to you? What happened? Or Lloyd Banks might have said that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But anyway, let's take a listen at this, shall we?
CDC has just put out a notice, and we are just getting word of this now, regarding the COVID vaccine. The CDC is now saying that there has been enough cases of people who have had the vaccine, received the vaccine, and then suffered a stroke. The agency will now be investigating any potential links between the shots and the strokes in some of those patients. And on the breaking news, we bring in Dr. Mark Siegel now.
Oh, my bad.
He joins us. He's a Fox News medical contributor. Dr. Siegel, this is big news for many who are just hearing this now. What can you tell us? What do we know?
I actually spoke to somebody very high up in CDC about this, and I want to put it in context, Andrew. First of all,
and by the way, this is off of Yahoo News. This is the Fox News video, but Yahoo posted.
Everyone's heard
kind of an oxymoron
of VAERS, which is the Vaccine Adverse Events Registry, where basically no matter what happens to you after you get a vaccine, it gets listed. But that's not what this is. This is the Vaccine Safety Data Link CDC has that looks for associations between side effects and getting the vaccine. Now, everyone needs to remember that COVID, especially in the elderly, can lead to stroke. COVID itself can lead to stroke. So it's always a judgment of what's more of a risk, the treatment or the vaccine or the actual disease, if you could theoretically decrease the risk if you took the vaccine. But this is not proof. This is that they see that there may be a link here and they want to investigate it, and they're trying to be transparent. So both CDC and FDA is putting it on their website. It is only found in the ages over 65.
And why are they trying to be transparent now? Yeah, only found. Why are they trying to be transparent now? Why do you think that is, Coin?
Well, first of all, that's not even being much transparent for saying
No.
that it's only found in 65 and older. That's a huge fucking lie. Just blatant fucking lie. We just saw old dude fall out, and he's younger than we are on the field.
Right, that wasn't a stroke though, but
Oh yeah,
even though.
I guess yeah. Oh yeah, because we are just talking about strokes. Okay.
But what about shit? Damn it, what's her name? Katy Perry with the fucking the eye twitching. What about
Bieber.
yeah, Justin Bieber had the Bell's palsy from the shit.
And I wouldn't even I'm not even talking about the stroke, but just in terms of like let's go back to what old girl was saying in that fucking audio where she was talking about the side effects. Where she was just saying, hey, they're looking for side effects. And then old dude was saying, yeah, I was talking to somebody higher up in CDC, and now they feel the need to look for side effects. But be wary, keep in mind, these side effects only affect people over a certain amount of age, and then over a certain age. It's funny because every time something else comes out, every time they come out with any other kind of cure for something, or any other kind of all the commercials that they have for like different kinds of medicine and stuff, like they always tell you, they make sure that they never leave out the fucking side effects of it. They always tell you the side effects of everything that comes out, except for, yep, you guessed it.
Yep, we got another one here. CDC has been full of it. So they came out again today and said that there's a possible safety issue with the jab made by Pfizer and BioNTech, but it is quote unquote unlikely to represent a true risk. So they're tiptoeing. There's a possible safety issue, but we still recommend you get it. They've been saying that for 2 years. There's a possible safety issue, but we should still recommend you get it. Like I don't know, man. This shit is
that's to cover their own ass.
Yeah, absolutely. And all this came out in that the jab safety link, VSD is what it's called. And then again, that's what the guy mentioned on that phone conversation. This all came out in that. After we've seen all these adverse effects. And what did we tell y'all a while ago? The shit takes 2 to 5 years to incubate. It has to, it's AI. It has to learn your body. So once it learns your body, it's going to do what it's going to do. I mean, we literally talked about this in 2020. I broke down the mRNA technology in 2020 for you all. We're now in 2020 and told y'all what it was then. We're now in 2023. And they're all of a sudden saying shit that fucking Heavy J said 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. This is not, it's not rocket science. It's not abracadabra. It's not a secret even.
It's common sense.
It's common sense. Well, it's not common sense, but it should be common sense. If you watch the Comrades, it should be common sense. That's for damn sure.
Well, I mean, I say common sense in terms of like the reason, like you could tell that they were forcing it for a reason. And
for sure. 100%. Shout out to Deep Dubs. He said, "Oh no, the experimental liquid injection did not operate ideally inside the complex human body. Wow, what a surprise. I'm so surprised. Wow." I mean, it's just crazy, right, man? I thought it was going to work, bro.
Well, I mean, they already said that they were going to be hooking people up to 6G. They already talking about 6G.
Yeah, people are going to be human antennas for 6G. Yeah. And what you think that is? And what did we tell y'all this shit operates on? Frequency. What is 6G? A frequency.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's coincidence that's coming out after everybody done got the jab? Y'all think that's coincidence?
Imagine having a Neuralink and having that 6G.
And being a fucking walking 6G antenna.
You think there's angry mobs now.
Right.
Why aren't you obeying? Why aren't you obeying?
Right.
I'm sorry, Jewel coming out. Why aren't you obeying? Why aren't you obeying? A whole bunch of Neil deGrasse Tysons.
You ain't like shaking this shit. And when you look at that motherfucker was, bro, he was spazzing. That man was spazzing. Dang. On a side note, shout out to Valuetainment and the PBD podcast for that one. Gotta shout them out for that one. That that was highly
Doing
eye-
God's work.
yeah, doing God's work for sure. Shout out to Mark. He said, "Well, that's got to be one of the most quiet breaking news this year so far. I definitely didn't expect any kind of investigation regarding the jab side effects." Yeah, man. They'll do it when shit starts happening because they have to.
That's true. One of the most quiet breaking news. Yes, yes,
That's a
quiet.
fact.
That's facts.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it'll be quiet for right now, and then once it hits like August or something, then everybody's gonna be. And
You
we're
just
gonna be
fucking
like,
wait.
We
Yep.
just told y'all. Like
Yep.
8
You
months
just
ago.
fucking wait. You wait. Shout out to Dole. He said, "Remember the SpongeBob movie when Plankton took over with the chum bucket head control?" Yeah, man.
Facts.
Just like that.
That's
a
actually
good
a pretty good
Just like
reference.
that. Yeah, that's a fucking good. I forgot about that shit. That's a good reference, man.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, I think moral of the story is Neil deGrasse Tyson is off his rocker using old data to push an old narrative because it makes him feel better. And that's it. He doesn't care. He doesn't care how you feel about it. He wants you to adhere to your quote unquote signed social contract in the sphere of public health, to where you have no autonomy amongst yourself. You're purely obligated to everybody else. That's what he's pushing. Like I said, it's March 2020, and Neil deGrasse Tyson said that's basically the long and the short of it. You got any other final words on that whole little segment there, Corn?
Nah, man. Just I will say this. Not only is Neil deGrasse Tyson a clown, but we're gonna see more people like this come out. Like we've seen a lot of this aggressiveness, and look, I might have to start seeing you every time I see this shit, because it will surprise you how many people act ridiculous when it comes to this kind of stuff. Even when it comes to just even a little bit of pushback, you'll see, because we're starting to see. And I want to go back to what old dude was saying on that cast when he was talking to Neil deGrasse Tyson, where he was making a comparison about like pre-COVID, how many people fell out, he was talking about athletes, right? How many athletes fell out before, and then he compared it to how many people in England or in the UK fell out after it. So I mean, fam, we just gonna keep coming to y'all with data. We gonna keep coming to y'all with stats and facts, while all they're gonna come back with is emotions, biasness, if that's even a fucking word, and aggressiveness, and probably violence, which we've already seen a couple people do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean, it's common sense versus idiots. And again, a lot of the actions, I think the aggressiveness could be a lot of things. It could be, and to me, I think one of the big things is that people really do realize they made a huge mistake doing this shit, and it's just they're dealing with regret, and are like, well, I had to do it. Why didn't you do it? I've already seen a couple people say that. Not too many, but I feel like more people are thinking that than what people are coming out and saying that exact thing. So, again, be careful out there, because there's people like that everywhere. But stand your ground. Stand your ground. Do what you think is right. I'm not here saying, hey, don't get it, whatever. Hey, I don't think you should get it, but I'm not gonna chastise somebody for not getting. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everybody in the day is their own person, but I'm not gonna going anywhere near that shit. I ain't trying to have no third arm. You heard it from himself twice.
Twice. And then said once you take the virus 3 times.
And it's funny how I was seeing this whole Neil deGrasse Tyson thing going on the past couple of days, and I have not seen anybody point that out. Not one person point that out. And I think that just tells you, man, everybody keeps looking at all these plot points that that mainstream media keeps putting out on either side, because on one side you got the idiots, and on the other side you got people that they're focusing on one big old and they should. I mean, not blaming anybody, but they're focused on that one part of the agenda, but it's just like, fam, there goes your side effect right there. Goes one of the side effects right there.
Yeah, right there.
Third arm, and he already admitted to it twice.
Yep.
So that just tells me that niggas ain't paying attention enough.
Yeah, nowhere near enough. Nowhere near fucking enough, bro. Let's see. Dole says, do y'all think NDT is selling out based on his major donor support? I think he's selling out because
of his bosses. That's what I think.
You said because of his bosses? I think he's selling out because of, I mean, I was just gonna say because he's an idiot, but he's not necessarily an idiot. I don't want to insult him. Like I guess he is a smart dude, right? I think he's selling out because what else is he going to do? Like he's like Corn said, he's going to die on that hill. Like he's a science guy. He's going to look at the bullshit science that they put out and is going to rationalize that in his science brain as to why that's the best way to go about it. Which is what he did. And also, I think he's selling out because, again, he's a fucking celebrity, and y'all know how we feel about celebrities on this channel. Y'all know what we know about celebrities on this channel.
I think it's mostly his bosses, and by his bosses I mean like the World Economic Forum, CD, all of them, because we've already seen scientists have their shit revoked, have their licenses. Have their licenses revoked and shit like that because they've come out against the fucking 6G.
Yep.
So I think Neil deGrasse Tyson, somebody who enjoys what he does. He likes going on all these different shows and all these different podcasts now. And I mean, you got to realize, man, Neil deGrasse Tyson, this is the guy that he's on Netflix. Okay, this dude goes to Netflix. He goes on Ellen, well, RIP Ellen show. Rest in piss, bozo. But
oh my gosh.
But he was going on like Ellen's show. He was going on Oprah show. All these different talk shows and podcasts and other actual shows on. So this dude has a huge fucking network.
Yep.
He ain't risking that. I don't think. At least me personally, I don't think he's risking that. And I think he will say whatever he needs to say. That's why he was getting so agitated. That's why he's all boosted up, right?
Yep.
And at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson, a celebrity, like Jaron said, celebrity being a fucking celebrity.
100%. Because
that's what we need out there pushing these fucking agendas. Period.
Yep, 100%, bro. Deep Dub said, did Tyson really build up his whole persona just to kneel at the feet of tyranny because he just wants to survive, or is he actually an idiot? Probably the former, man. Probably just to survive. Because I mean, he's like Corn said, he's answering to his people, if you will, and celebrities are very expendable, especially nowadays. So yeah, I would say that he's probably an idiot he's clearly an idiot on the subject. I don't know if he's an idiot overall, but he's clearly an idiot on the subject. Like, you can't have a one-track mind with everything. Yeah. And that's where super smart people fuck up all the time. Like, so you have to look at things other than data and analytics to come to conclusions. That's not real life. But he, like you said, he was going to die on that fucking hill, and that's what he was going to do. Yeah. And D-Dub talking about that Cali weather. Damn, this 4-degree weather feels good in Cali. I bet, man. I bet. I hope you're enjoying that. How many? I wonder how many beers deep are you now, bro? I'm curious because.
Well, I'm guessing. I'm guessing with all that alcohol you got in your system, especially going off that question you asked earlier. Yeah, I'm sure 40-degree weather feels really good to you.
I bet. It's actually kind of hot.
Weather. Oh, really?
Yeah, but right now it's hot. Yeah. I always get hot when I cast, and I ain't cut the fan on or nothing. But
yeah, me too. I get a little warm when I cast.
Yeah,
but it's actually It's 46 degrees right now where I'm at.
It's probably
And I
it's
have
probably about, I don't know what the fuck it is here. I don't feel like looking it up either. He said, "Me have many yum yums." Shout out to Deep Does, man. This motherfucker lit in this joint. I appreciate it, man.
He a little too lit though. Jesus Christ.
Right. My man's had many yum yums, all right.
Oh man.
Well shit, we didn't even go over the last topic, man. Let's cover. You want to cover that real quick, bro?
Yeah, if you want to.
It's already kind of late here. Shit. We could we'll touch it briefly. Pause.
Dole said 35 in Nova.
35 in Nova. Yeah, it's probably about
Oh,
that.
man.
Yeah, cold as a motherfucker.
Sounds terrible, man.
Yep, cold as a motherfucker. So USC has removed the word. Now, this is University of Southern California. Shout out to y'all Cali boys in the chat. They've removed the word field for basically from their curriculum and academic references because it has racist connotations. Let me read that to you again. The University of Southern California has removed the word field from their curriculum and academic references because they feel it has racist connotations. So they're not going to use a term such as field of study. It's going to be called practicum. And this is in order to advance the cause of anti-racism. And they say this change supports anti-racist social work by practicing, anti-racist social work practice by replacing language that would be considered anti-black or anti-immigrant in favor of inclusive language, said a letter explaining the decision. And they say here, language can be powerful, and phrases such as going into the field or field work may have connotations for descendants of slavery and immigrant workers that are not benign. Apparently, throughout human history, only black slaves and immigrant workers have ever worked in fields. Farmers and native farm workers presumably never existed. That's what it said.
Jesus Christ.
The university's social department said that the change was crucial to, quote, reject white supremacy, anti-immigrant, and anti-blackness ideologies, end quote, and to train social work students to, quote, understand and embody social and racial justice.
Bingo.
So what did the word field ever do to anybody? I'm just trying to figure that out.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm just trying to figure that one out.
Absolutely nothing. But that's what they're going to continue to push, right? With the a racial because if that's the case, they're going to have to get rid of what house next.
Yeah, house. Yep, house got to go. That's going to be dwelling. Yeah, it's going to be a dwelling now instead of house. What else? I mean, we can't wear cotton clothes anymore. Then obviously.
Yeah,
if that's where we're going. You can't use the word cotton to wear cotton clothes anymore.
You're oppressing your ancestors by wearing shirts made out of cotton.
Like, come on. And they're serious about this. Now, what does this sound like to you? This sounds like a page out of 1984. This is very classic Orwell predicted type shit. You know what I'm saying? And of course in the book they had the newspeak, right, which is the alteration of words, and basically reducing the allowable vocabulary to control thought.
Mm-hmm.
And they're overtly doing this now at universities, which are supposed to be at institutions of higher learning. And this is what they've reduced themselves to, taking words like field out of their vocabulary. So yeah, they probably won't be using the term track and field anymore, though. He said, man, I thought this was about track and field. USC ain't gonna have no track and field no more. They gonna have a track and what's it? No, I guess not practicum. They gonna have a track and practicum. It's just a track. It's just gonna be track.
Tracking activities.
Ain't no shot putting discus, nigga. It's track.
Track and other outdoor activities.
Yeah, track and other outdoor activities that you stand on grass for.
And they will go to that length to do that.
Oh, you already know. They're gonna change all the jerseys up and everything for the track folks.
They're probably gonna get rid of the Trojans, because that's what USC is.
Yeah. Track and activities. Oh, that shit funny. Dole said it's always the campuses with less than 5% black students on campus. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right?
Yep.
Always, bro. Deep Dove says, quote, White House makes me feel a certain way. Please change now.
I'm surprised. Oh, I wouldn't put that past humanity either, though.
Right.
I definitely wouldn't put that past them.
Hell no.
I mean, I talked about before last year about UC Berkeley, also in California, obviously.
Yeah.
UC Berkeley, who has they have a non-white spaces, is what they call it.
Yeah.
Like Jesus, like
man.
These campuses, man.
Could you actually imagine going to a school and that's a thing in the school?
Dude, I went to a college where they had safe spaces.
That's true. You did. And we was icing that.
It's a different world, man. Like these college campuses, like I wish I was able to experience college before all this shit. I just wasn't. But
I'm glad I was, because fuck, bro.
And that was in 2019 when I was in college.
Yeah.
Like, fam, what's going on with the younger generation at this point is probably beyond no return. Would you agree or disagree?
Oh, 100% agree. It's over with. I mean, not that I don't have faith in the young bucks, but
the fact that all this shit is being taught like at the youngest age at this point.
Yeah. Well, you saw what Harvard's doing now, right? Pushing trans and LMNOP studies on babies, like infants.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I was trying to figure out.
Yeah, Harvard's promoting LMNOP and trans studies on infants now. Infants. That's where quote unquote higher education is going.
Before you can even fucking crawl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean walk. Yeah. Sorry, you're lagging a little bit. I'm sorry. Might be my computer.
Am I back?
Say something.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark says the word field is now is offensive due to self-perceived racism. Why am I not surprised? I bet either white or black woman thought about this ridiculous idea. You already know. Probably both of them. You already know that.
Facts.
That's mega facts.
And one of the biggest questions too, not even questions, but one of the biggest things that I feel like people aren't talking about, especially when it comes to the elephant in the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is why are people still victimizing their own fucking race, their own fucking backgrounds? In the day and age that we live in, the world that we live in.
Well, that was the whole conversation we had.
Yeah.
Not long ago.
Like
Go ahead, my bad.
Why are we still focusing on, oh, we gotta have black this, we gotta have black that, we gotta eliminate words now, we gotta do this. It's like, fam, we need to people nowadays don't know how to acknowledge something and just move on. You have to acknowledge on it. Oh, this person didn't react, this person didn't denounce this person didn't denounce that. And it's like, fam, it ain't for everybody to fucking stop everything on what they're doing to acknowledge it. Now you're making entire college campuses stopping to acknowledge shit that is non-existent. Completely non-existent.
Mm-hmm. Completely, bro. Completely.
Like I was just saying the other day, I forgot what cast I was doing, but I was like, imagine wanting to be a professional wrestler and having that, like, just wanting to wrestle. And now you're having to advocate for transgenderism, racism, all this other gayism, all this other shit. And I'm like, bro, just imagine just wanting to be a professional athlete, just wanting to perfect your craft and do good at sports. And now you're an advocate for all this other shit.
Right.
Now you have to hold hands with Michael Sam on the field and kneel for this and kneel for that and hold your fist up for this and all that. Because if you don't, they're gonna say, "Oh, so and so didn't denounce this, or so and so didn't do this, and blah blah. Let's cast them out." It's like, fam, I just want to play football. I just want to step in the ring and wrestle. I don't want to stand for all this shit. But imagine having to do that.
I know. It's very interesting. Dole said, go ahead.
I'm sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's the same way, because I was just trying to bring it back home. Like, it's the same way with not the deans, with college professors and the students now at UFC.
Oh yeah.
Now it's we can no longer say, "Oh, it's your field," or what field are you in, like that. If you do, they already got rid of the word. What do you think they're gonna do to you if you slip up and say the word field? What field are you in? All it takes is one person to overhear. All it takes is for the wrong person to overhear it.
Yep. What do you mean field?
We got rid of that word 6 months ago.
Oh shit. Oh man. Shout out to Dole. He said real estate has dropped master bedroom for main bedroom. Yep, that's true.
I think I heard about that somewhere too, Dole.
Yeah. Dole said tracking activities got me weak. That shit is funny as fuck. D Dove said tracking other activities. And says 2019 in college. How old are you, Corn?
I'm dead. I'm 30.
we both 30, bro.
I went to college at 24, 25. Wait, how old am I? Yeah, 25, 26. I was in college from 24 to like 26, 7, something like that.
Yeah, for sure. And Deep Dove said, "Do you want me to have one more beer? Tell me maybe have more. Have me, bro."
Jesus Christ.
I know I don't want you to have no more beers, bro. But do what you want. It's your life, man. You 3 hours away. You know what I mean? You 3 hours on the other coast, bro. It's the night is young for you. Oh man. Yeah, you got any final words, Corn, before we hang this thing up, man? I just wanted to talk, just briefly bring that up because we said we had a little surprise for y'all, and more innocent words being slaughtered at the hands of SJWs. Basically.
I'm dead. No, man. Make sure you guys check out Half-Ass Pod, of course. Also get the Comrades merch. I don't know if you got the link right here. So make sure y'all go and get some merch, man. We got all kinds of stuff. Y'all saying it's 40 degrees. Y'all saying it's 35 degrees. Yep. Well, fam,
I'm here.
We got sweatshirts. We got hoodies. We got I believe we got sweaters, right?
We got zip up and pullover hoodies.
Fam.
And we can do sweatpants too and socks. So I mean we got y'all covered. I'm saying we got y'all covered.
Literally.
If it's something on the site y'all don't see, hit us up. Hit us with the DM or email. That's also in the description.
Facts.
We got you.
Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe while y'all here too, man.
Facts.
Also, shout out to a little cheap plug. Make sure you guys head over to Half-Ass Pod. Hit that like, hit that subscribe as well. Check out some of my videos, man.
Look, get this man to 1,000 subs so he can monetize that channel.
I'm dead.
get this man Corn to 1,000 subs, y'all.
Facts.
Seriously, tell all your fucking friends to go to Half-Ass Pod and subscribe so this man can monetize his channel, bro.
Facts.
I'm telling y'all.
Mega facts.
Do that, Deep Dove said I want gray sweats. I'll look up. I'm dead. We can do gray, bro. Just hit us on the DM or the email, contemporarycomrades@gmail.com. We got you, bro. I don't think the sweatpants are up ready to buy, but I can put them up and you can get it. Dole said cop the long sleeve must grab. You already know.
Facts. Yeah, Dole, didn't Dole get the blue one? He got the blue one, didn't he? Didn't he show us the one he was on that one time?
I thought it was black.
Oh, black. Okay, never mind. My bad.
But he did get the jump. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember he showed us he got one of the shirts, but I forgot what color it was.
Yeah.
So I think you're the one that had the blue one then, right?
I don't have blue. Well, I have a blue shirt. Yeah.
The blue Comrade shirt. Okay, great.
Yeah. Though we got stickers, bro. We got stickers, bro. They're on there. They're like $5. And they look pretty good too. I actually ordered one. I don't have it with me right now, but yeah, we got stickers too, bro.
Hell yeah.
Mark said just turned 23 last week, still finishing up college. Hey man, do your thing.
Well, happy belated birthday, by the way.
Man. Oh yeah,
And,
but happy belated.
And yeah, like I told you the other day, man. Hey, keep a straight and narrow mind in college, bro.
Facts.
Because I don't know what kind of college campus you're on, but hopefully you got your head straight, man. Because these,
yeah, we out here wilding.
They wilding, bro. These campuses are wilding.
Yeah, and it's not a small sticker either. Though I think it's a decent size sticker, but yeah, we got stickers, man, for sure. We got them slaps. But yeah, shout out to Mark, man. Shout out to everybody who came through tonight, man. This shit was lit.
Mega facts. Y'all, hey man, every time it seems like now we get going here a little bit more. We getting a little bit more traffic and y'all keeping that live chat just
lit. Yes,
fresh.
Mega facts.
Fresh.
Mega facts.
So thank you guys, man.
And also,
even if y'all asking these wild ass questions like deep dubs, man.
Shout out, yeah, right.
Yeah, y'all be live in the chat, man. And hey, look, man, you can't get this nowhere else but here, bro.
You damn right. Man, but look, shout out to Deep Dub, shout out to Dole, shout out to Mark. Hell, shout out to goddamn Mikey. Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to Zakiba. Shout out to Reverend's content, man. Shout out to everybody who came through. Shout out to our cloud listeners. We got the number one cloud listener listening, I know. Shout out to all y'all. I'm weak. Deep Dubs with the dark skin. Yo, I got a drink with this guy one time, man. Yo, Deep Dubs. Yo, wow. Actually, maybe not. Based on what he asked you, I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. But anyway.
He said,
oops, bad boy. Hey, man, y'all got it lit up here tonight, bro. I fuck with it.
He got the dark skin. The dark skin prayer.
He got the mulatto praying hands, bro.
He got the dark skin prayer hands and the white thumb.
The white thumb.
Oh man!
Shout out to D-Dubs, man. Oh, y'all got us dead over here tonight, man. But but hell yeah, thanks everybody for watching. We're gonna close it out. Though I'm not closing out to Just Blazing, but I'm gonna close out to some Smoke Dizzle though for sure. Some old school Smoke Dizzle shit. So thanks everybody for watching. It's been the Comrades. We will be back with more fire as always. Hope y'all enjoyed the night. Like Horn said, like, subscribe, watch the videos, go to half-ass, do all that shit, get them to 1,000 subs, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, you know, a lot of niggas make music for a certain demographic. I make music for my niggas, and niggas like me. No faking, no funk. Cinematic.
I saw that though. I'm finna peep that.
Look, what up, haters? You forever be anonymous, forever popping shit. My ears ringing, them bullshit tunes and things that they singing about the hustle and the struggle that they ain't been in. You seen it from the windowsill. You was playing Nintendo still. We was them niggas in those fields with your Mick.
Oh, he said Fields.
Yeah, if you niggas can't fool me. So Bud, so Raps working on movies. Young Warhol giving you game, trying to get more than 15 minutes of fame. Nigga, I'm one of the nicest. You suffering with identity crisis, nigga.
You don't even know you.
Fuck a nigga owe you. I'm Goku, Mr. Miyagi, Sonny from Bronx, Taylor, the nigga that gave Leroy his glow. I mean, I taught you everything that you know. Little ungrateful old bastard, trying to outshine the master. Close casket cremation. Had the Marvin Gaye, my kids.
Yes, sir, dog. You too, man. We'll catch you next week, bro.
Shit'll get crucial. Fuck nigga, who you? I did this to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm doing it big, it's going down and I left.
Yeah.
Doing it big, it's going
Peace
down
out, y'all.
Doing it big, it's going down and I left. Doing it big, it's going down and I left. Ghost hustling out of Harlem. Smoke Dizzle been